Hey, Ross here with TrucutCNC again, and in this video I'm gonna lay out a simple job in SheetCAM. This won't be an advanced video. This is more for the beginners. So this is your SheetCAM window right here. You should see your layers window, your parts window. This is your tool database, should already be installed. These are all your Hypertherm tools. And your operations window down here. For every layer up here, you'll have one operation down here. And then over here on the right hand side, you have your G-code edit window. I like to keep that open, just a reality check to when I generate the code. I like to see the code pop up here. If that window is not open, you can come over here to View and turn it on right here in this menu. Same thing with the layer window. If your layers window is not open, you can turn it on here. Alright, so let's get started. To import a file, you're gonna go File, Import Drawing, and all these files, by the way, that I'm looking at here are in on your flash drive that came with the machine. So let's pick this one right here, Anchor. Okay, we want to make sure we're scaling to the inch, and we're going to select the drawing position lower left, which will put the drawing right here. Now if I select this one, it would put it in the upper left, upper right, lower right. If I select drawing origin, it would put it in at the origin that I drew it. So I'm going to select lower left, it'll put it right here. And there's our anchor. Okay, so now we have to put a tool path on it. We need an operation here. So you can see we have a single layer up here in the layer window, and we have a single part. Now we need to put an operation on it. So to do that, we're going to select the S up here for Edit Start Points. Okay, now you notice we have some yellow here and some red. So yellow means, since everything is on one layer, yellow means that SheetCAM recognized this as an inside contour. And it's automatically going to treat this as an inside contour when we select an outside contour method. Okay, so now we're going to hit this little matchstick button right here, create a new jet cutting operation. And we're going to select a contour method that's an outside offset. And again, we're going to select outside. SheetCAM's going to put an outside offset around here. It'll automatically put an inside offset here. And we know that because that's yellow. Now our layer we're going to select is the only layer we have. And here we're going to select the process that we're going to cut with. So I'm going to say 45 amp, let's say 7 gauge. Okay, and then we want to say reverse cut direction should always be checked. In fact, of these 3 check boxes, this is the only one that should always be checked. And then you've got your lead in and lead out. Now I prefer if I have a sharp corner, which I do right here, I like a tangent lead. So we're going to go ahead and do a tangent lead. Now a tangent lead's not going to work here, and we'll deal with that afterwards. Okay, so we have our tangent lead, and that's kind of what it looks like right there. But that's not where we want it. Okay, so to move it, we're going to, sometimes you have to hit the arrow and then come back to the S. Okay, see it follow the mouse? Now I'm just moving the mouse. I'm not clicking. I'm just close to it and I'm moving the mouse and it's following the mouse. So what I want to do is move this to a sharp outside corner, which would be right there. Okay, so now you see we have a nice clean sharp lead in and a nice clean sharp lead out. And that'll make a beautiful cut. Now unfortunately, we don't have a sharp corner here. That's not a problem. And you may decide to just leave that there, and you could, and it would still cut. But instead of doing that, we're going to right click it, and we're going to say Properties. And this checkbox here is telling us to use whatever operation we've defined over here in operations. Well, we don't want to do that, so let's uncheck it. And instead of a tangent, we're going to use a perpendicular lead in, and we'll still do a 0.3. But for a lead out, we want to do an arc 0.1. And that's what we end up with right there. And that's a good lead for any hole. Pretty much, that's going to be the lead you'll use for any hole. The lead length will vary. On small holes, you want the lead to be starting roughly in the middle of the hole. Larger holes, it doesn't really matter. So that's pretty much, that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so now to generate the G code, we're just going to hit the green P up here. Okay, and we select a location for it, and we hit save. And you can see the G code over here that it generated, and that code right now is ready to be opened on the machine. Okay, so we're back now, and we'll in this segment we're going to work on something a little bit more complicated. So it may not look that complicated, but we have some small holes here, and these are less than these are a quarter. Larger ones are a quarter, and these are 0.2. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to cut these holes. We want to get a good quality cut here. So what we're going to do is we want to put these holes on a separate layer because we want to slow the speed down for those holes. So to do that, you can see in the layer window we only have one layer, and that's the default layer, and everything is on it. And since we want to slow the speed down, we have to have separate layers. So we're going to select the C up here at the top. Okay, and the C stands for Edit Contours. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and select each one of these holes, and we're going to move them to a new layer called Holes. Okay, and then we can box select, we can select individually. We're going to move all those to that same layer called Holes. Okay, now you can check that by just deselecting the layer. We confirm that all of our holes are on that layer, our outsides are on the default layer. Okay, so now remember we have one operation here for each layer, so two layers, two operations. Okay, so we're going to hit the matchstick. Now this time, instead of doing an outside offset, we're going to do an inside offset on the holes. And we'll use the same tool that we did the last time, and we're going to select, remember for holes we want to do a perpendicular lead in and an arc lead out. We want to be roughly in the middle of the hole. We know that these holes are 0.2, so let's do a 0.1 lead in and a perpendicular lead in of 0.1 and a arc lead out of 0.1. See what that looks like. That looks pretty good. We're roughly in the middle of each hole, and there's our lead out. That should do pretty well. So now we need one more, so we're going to hit the matchstick again, and this time we could probably use a tangent right here, so we're going to do that. And we'll say 0.3 and 0.3. We need to select the outside offset on the default layer, and we're going to select the S and select the operation, and we can go ahead and set that lead where we want it. Now the cross here is for nesting, so we're going to go ahead and select the cross, and we'll go ahead and move that up and get that cut completely on our sheet. Okay, so now we need one more thing. We need to turn the speed down. We have our inside offset, we have our outside offset, But if we just post this code, it's going to cut the holes and it's going to cut the outside offset. It's not going to slow it down. Okay, so go back to the S. We're going to click on the V down here for set a post variable. Okay, now we're going to select the feed rate % variable and enter a value of 30. Okay, we're going to drag that feed rate % equals 30 up to above the holes layer. Okay, then we're going to set, hit the V again. We're going to set this one to 100. And we're going to drag feed rate equals 100 to above the default layer. So everything happens in the order you see it here. So here we're setting the feed rate % to 30. We cut the holes. Okay, then we set the feed rate % back to 100% and we cut the outside contour. Okay, and that's it. That's done. So now if we're done with that, we go ahead and hit the green P, output the code, and there's your code. And this is what you would open in Mach 4. So now let's say that you wanted to create more of these. Okay, so we can go into nesting. We can move the part around, but we can also create more. So in nesting mode, we're going to right click and we're going to say duplicate, and it makes one more. Okay, click. Okay, right click again, duplicate. Now I can select all of those, say duplicate again, and now we have 6. So let's get rid of those. Now let's say that I wanted to nest these a little closer. I can take this one. If I go down to the lower right hand corner of the screen where it says degrees or A, I can type in 180 and spin it around. Okay, and that's not really going to get me anywhere. My thought was that I could probably nest it like that. That might work. Duplicate that. Get that over there like that. And then you could probably work some more in there. Okay, but that's how you nest. So a couple more ways you can nest. You could get rid of that one and that one. Okay, that's our original. So if I wanted to, I can array parts. So arraying is like auto nesting, but it's not shape nesting. I'm going to set a part spacing of 0.25 by 0.25, and I'm going to say fit material. This is telling me I'm going to get number of columns 50 by 57, which would be 50 by 50, a lot of parts. So I don't want to do that many parts. So let's do columns is this way, rows is this way. Let's do 2 columns. So we'll go 2 columns. Well, I had that. Yeah, columns is this way. Let's back out of that. Okay, let's try that again. We'll go array parts. Number of rows. Let's see, number of columns. Oh, yeah, I had that backwards. So we had number of rows at 57, I believe. We'll say 56. Let's do 2 columns. There we go. Okay, so if I had selected to fill the whole sheet, it would have just filled the entire sheet with these. So that's kind of it's a quick and dirty way to nest a single part across a whole sheet. Again, not shape nesting, it's just arraying parts on a grid. So let's get rid of those. Okay, so that covers something a little more complicated. We added some speed reduction here. We dealt with different layers. If you're more comfortable dealing with layers in your CAD program, feel free to create these little layers there instead of here. But it's pretty easy to do here.